What's up guys, Woody here, back with, believe it or not, a Gwent video. This day I honestly thought wouldn't come again. I think many people who are probably watching this, if anyone's watching it, probably didn't think it would come again. Over the past, I've been very critical of Gwent, mostly because I love the game so much. And that sounds really weird, I know, but the way I'm very much like, when I'm so passionate about something, if I feel like something is not letting me down, because that sounds very kind of like personal, like sounds kind of arrogant, right? But if I feel something isn't going where I want it to go, or I feel like there isn't, like, I feel like there's, it's letting itself down, then I get very kind of vocal about things. I've done it in the past about many things, and I very much got that kind of vibe with Gwent, right? I was very critical of many things they've done in the past. I didn't like the way they detached leader abilities. I didn't like the way they announced a roadmap that wasn't a roadmap. I didn't like the way they'd done lots and lots of different things. I didn't like the way they just dropped an expansion out of nowhere. I mean, it was severely unbalanced and all this stuff. But that's aside. Let's just put that behind us for now. And like, I wanted to make this video because these are my genuine thoughts about Gwent right now. Genuine thoughts about Gwent right now. And I wanted to kind of share some information on me as a content creator going forward with Gwent. And yeah, so this is the first video that's been up on the channel for a while. Mostly because I've been a little bit in a kind of limbo of card games. Like, yeah, I play lots of other games. I recently had a child, my wife and I had a child, so my time has been very limited anyway. I've been trying to find something to play recently. I've been playing quite a lot of Legends of Runeterra, and don't get me wrong, I'm really enjoying Legends of Runeterra. It's one of the best online card games I've played. Where it is now compared to where it launched in early access, it's a great game. But I was playing it and I'm enjoying it, and I was enjoying streaming it, but it's just something that's just not quite there with it. I don't know what it is. I've been playing a bit of Artifact 2.0. I've got, luckily, or kindly, I've been given access to the closed beta. The game's very fun. This isn't going to be a video selling those games, but I just wanted to say, I've been trying to find these other games, and nothing's really grabbed me, okay? Ever since Mythgard, which is the game I effectively left creating content Gwent for to go play Mythgard, I've not really had anything grab my attention. And the last season, I played like 20 to 30 hours of Gwent, which is minimal. And the reason I'm going for this, the reason you're probably like, why on earth is Woody doing this video? He's not gone on anything Gwent yet, and we'll be going for about 3-4 minutes. I just wanted to give context. I wanted to give context for if there's a lot of new players in the game, if they're jumping in and going, why is this guy speaking like this? That's context to me as a content creator and where I've been with Gwent. I've been away from Gwent for pretty much a year. I've played it, like I streamed a little bit last month. I've done the odd stream here or there, but in terms of content creating, in terms of actually investing in the ecosystem and the community of Gwent, it's been around about a year, which is a pretty long time. And I've been enjoying it the last season. Don't get me wrong. Wasn't blowing me away, but I was enjoying it more than it had done any other point in that last year. And then the Open come along. We won't dabble on that. People will know that I thought that the day one of the Open was an absolute shambles, inexcusably like bad. But that's just my thoughts on it. Day two, clearly, like, they completely ironed stuff out. It was amazing. It ran smoothly. It was a great showcase for high competitive Gwent, which is what we needed day one. Full kudos to the casters for day one. They've done an amazing job plugging it, but they shouldn't have been put in that position. It's inexcusable for them to be put into that position of where there's more talk time than there is actual gameplay. That's all I'm going to say on that matter, okay? Day two, smash it. Looking what I watched on day two, I'm super hyped for what's coming at the end of the month with the Open 2 Masters Season 2. But I want to speak about the most recent expansion. I want to speak about Gwent as a card game. I want to then go on about me as a content creator. The most recent expansion is probably the best. It's the most recent expansion, the Master Mirror, is CDPR, in my opinion, finally doing what I said, and it's not just me, what the community says well, but what I was vocal about a year ago and finally putting into practice. They were releasing expansions every 3 months, which I know people were like, we need this to keep the metas fresh, because Gwent can suffer from a shallow meta pool. However, with that, we were getting card art finished, unreleased card art, and it was taking 6 weeks for that to catch up. 6 weeks of actually playing with the full art, and then you get a new expansion. We're releasing lots of bugs, like tons of bugs. We're releasing really poorly balanced cards, and all this stuff kind of started building up a kind of foundation of soot on the game, and that's what made me leave. Now, they've taken a lengthy break, 6 months. I know some people are against that, but what they've come back and delivered, I think, shows and has corrected everything, absolutely everything I think it was wrong with Gwent. And the most important one of that is vision. 6 months ago, and I said this last night on a show that I recorded for 983 Media called The Mana Curve. 6 months ago, if you'd have asked me where Gwent is going to be in 6 months, I'd have said it'd be struggling. It will have its niche community, it will have its die-hard fans, and it's going to be struggling because it had no vision. They didn't know where they wanted to go with the esports scene. They didn't know where they wanted to go. Or felt like they didn't know where they wanted to go gameplay mechanics. They kept changing the way that like cards were locked to rows, and then they kept changing control in the game, and then they introduced neutral cards that were too powerful. Then they were nerfing those neutral cards, and it was this kind of fluctuation of just mess everywhere. And this break they've taken, this hiatus from expansions. Now we don't know what this expansion comes. I could have egg on my face in a month's time, and they could release the expansion. And it's broken, it's busted, it's buggy, and there's going to be a broken card. Not because it's Gwent, because every expansion in any CCG releases with a broken card. It's guaranteed. Like it never get a balanced expansion in any card game I've ever played. But anyway, they finally have a vision for the game, and I think this started with the journey. Okay, the journey is, I thought, a great addition. Now you can sit there and go, it's a season pass. Fortnite have been doing season passes for like the last year. Yes, they have. But season passes are as good as the game makes them, right? Or as good as the community want, or what the community want from that season pass. What's Gwent's unique selling point? It's artwork, it's cosmetics. They are stunning. Not a card game can touch it for its artwork. What does the season pass offer? It offers 4 absolutely stunning card backs. It offers you the ability to play as Geralt. It's £8, which is like, yes, £8 to some people is a lot of money. £8 to other people isn't a lot of money. The way I see it is it's 2 cups of coffee, okay? So that is literally it. 2 cups of coffee, and I get a season pass that gives me 4 sexy, damn-ass sexy card backs. Play as Geralt, and loads of other little goodies as well. So that instantly was like, okay, they've got a vision. How are they going to monetize the game? How are they going to keep the developers fed while they're making this game? The journey is a great addition. People who are already in Gwent are going to want those cosmetics. Good job. That started there. And then now, just everything they seem to be doing, these incremental changes they seem to be bringing into Gwent, making onto Gwent, are huge. And they are so, so good. Obviously, we had the esports packages. The Earth bundle is available now, as you can see on the screen. And I think they're like 15 quid, 30% of that goes to the esports team. Again, it's great because it's not a case of, if you want to play Gwent as a free-to-play experience, you can. If you want to enjoy the Open as a free-to-play experience, you can. You can do all of that. But if you're in the ecosystem, if you're in the community of Gwent, and you're like, do you know what? I want to support these guys, you can. And you get some goody rewards for it. They're not gameplay-breaking rewards. You don't get this card that everyone's got to try and farm like in Magic the Gathering. Like, that's generally what they do. Buy this expensive set, and you're guaranteed to pull 2 of these cards, which are normally super strong, and everyone wants to try and find them in packs anyway. This is just, hey, we're going to showcase our sexy, wonderful artwork, 3D modeling, whatever you want to call it, characters that you're invested in from the Witcher games. And all this stuff has made Gwent a viable platform now. It's given them the foundation, right? The financial foundation. Because as much as you want to sit at home and say Gwent's a free-to-play game, they've probably got, what, 15 developers working on the game that need paying, that need a wage. And if the game doesn't make money, there is no Gwent for anyone. Simple as that. So finally finding their footing, that vision of how they're going to monetize the game, how they're going to keep the game going forwards, is a massive step. Probably the biggest step in Gwent. Because once that platform's there, once they know there's security there, that they can have this team growing, the likes of Ryan Godric joining the team, growing the Gwent team, is huge, because then there's the security to start bringing in what they want to bring in. They haven't got to start panicking like, oh, we need to release this, stick an extra $5 on it because we need to make the extra money, and all things like that, which, trust me, developers do. It genuinely feels like CDPR now have got the established like monetization system for Gwent, and it is genuinely amazing. The game's already super free to play, and it's great. So I'm super happy with that, and that shows as well in the new expansion, right? The new expansion, if we go quickly across to the website, see Woody's even prepared this here. If we go down to the bottom, you can see it. Like, these pre-order packs are amazing. Like 40 quid if you want to get some premium mirror kegs, and you want to get these 12 quid if you've got tons of scrap in the game. You've got all the resources to make the stuff, everything like that. You just want the card back. Okay, they could sell the card back for a $5, but they need to put effort into this. Or maybe you're a new player and you don't have huge amounts of means. Just going, do you know what? Cool, I'll take 10 mirror kegs, 10 master mirror kegs, and the card backs. Like, there are options. Is this what I'm trying to say? There's your free options for different players and different kind of people who have different resources available when spending money in a card game. Okay, like, I've already got the pre-order here. Like, straight up, because I like supporting developers. It's as simple as that. I like supporting developers. I like kind of putting money into games. It's just the way I work. I'm not saying that people should go and do that. It's entirely your choice. But this instantly is a case of there's 3 options. They're giving you options there. Before it's a case of, hey, this one set's releasing. It's 50 quid. People who have got all the scrap in the game, like, I'm not paying 50 quid for a card back. You don't have to now. You can pay the 12 quid and you get the card. Okay, the 9p carryover if you want to go down that route as well. But anyway, that's like great. Moving on. Finally, like this, so this kind of feeds into, I feel like they're taking a mature approach. Now, that's not trying to say that Gwent was immature beforehand, but I felt like there was definitely immature moments within the community, okay? And I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. Yes, I'm going to mention Berza right now, but that's not me saying Berza was being immature. But what I mean by that was, everyone remembers the moment where there was the whole, I can't remember what the thing was now. There was the big spat on Twitter, and Berza put the gif up with kind of Homer Simpson going back. Oh, that was about Gwent Master Season 2, and Berza put the gif up of Homer going back into it. That is a kind of immature response, right? You're the community manager, and people are crying out for questions or answers to their questions, and no one was giving it. And I covered this again on the Mana Curve, and I feel like this mature approach comes in the fact that we're getting Open 2, Master Season 2, in a month's time. They could have so easily, they have a global pandemic. I don't want to say excuse because that sounds like I'm dumbing down the global pandemic, but they have the reason of the COVID-19 and coronavirus, or however you want to refer to it, to say, do you know what, we're going to delay Open 2 because day 1 didn't go great. Do you know what, we're not going to put that stress on us. We're going to delay it. No one would moan. Everyone would understand. Everyone's delaying stuff. And they didn't. They took the mature approach. It was like, do you know what? We're going to get back on the horse. Yes, day 1 was a rocky ride. Day 2 was a lot better. We're jumping back on the saddle. We're getting on the horse, and we're bringing you Open 2, which is huge. And that is what I mean by the vision. All this is coming into my biggest issue with Gwent originally was the lack of vision the game had. And it definitely starting to have a vision. The developers have a vision, which then means it gives the community a vision, which then means it drives the game along in a direct, like in a good forward motion, right? Now, all this comes back to the mature approach, marketing. Like, marketing is kind of what I do, guys, okay? And Gwent's marketing up to this point has been nothing short of diabolical. I honestly mean that. Okay, dropping an expansion out of nowhere. I think it was Iron Judgment. I was out of the game at this point, but just saying, hey, it's available now. That is probably the worst thing you could ever do in a game's community that is already on a downward spiral. At the moment, it was a downward spiral going out there. Why is that bad? Well, you got a partner program that you're not making any utilization of. You're making your partners feel very shallow, worthless, pointless. What's the point of it? You're then all of a sudden saying to people, oh, if you haven't had a chance to save up for the scrap or look at cards you want to save up for, you now need to drop money into the game. And all these reasons, it's just poor marketing, okay? Some people probably wouldn't even play the game for a week, come into it and go, what are all these new cards? Because they didn't get the hype, okay? And that's happened quite a few times when it comes to Gwent's marketing. Now they've nailed it. Like, the Master Mirror reveal was the best, and I said this on Twitter, was in my opinion the best piece of marketing they've done since Homecoming expansion. And I genuinely mean that. They managed to hype perfectly. It wasn't overhyped. There wasn't a tweet every 2 hours going, oh, what do you think it could be? Oh, look, there's this little figure in the background now. Oh, there's a rock. Look at this rock. There was none of that. It was just a case of, hey, we've got this on the website. Go do it. And the community, where they marketed it so well, they didn't have to market anything on social media, because all you got to do is go type in Play Gwent onto Twitter, like hashtag Gwent. You'll see how much the community interacted with that countdown clock. And now obviously we've got the reveal. And that was absolutely spot on. It came out, the card art, I mean, it's Gwent. You know it's going to be great, okay? It's got me excited. I've not been excited to play Gwent for a year. And that's with 2 expansions releasing. I'm just like, great, cool, what? Like, cool, you got new cards in the game. Well, it's got me excited. Yes, okay, I'm a big fan of the whole Master Mirror anyway. Like the Master Mirror idea of the expansion. I'm going to get onto keywords in a minute and all stuff like that. But I'm excited. And I'm a hard sale for Gwent. I'm not a new player into the game. I'm someone who they lost like a year ago. And I'm the hardest target to get back into the game, because I'm like, why should I come play this game again? And they've got me back. They have got me back into the game with lots of, like I said, incremental steps, but mainly the way they handled this and the way they've been interacting with the community. And again, this goes on going further, the partner program. Like, I honestly expected them to say, hey, expansion's available now, guys, off you go buy it. They didn't. They didn't at all. Now, the reason I expected that was because there's an open at the end of the season. And I was like, well, if they release it, it's got to be now because they've got to give a kind of a full season for the meta to kind of dust the settle before an open comes about. They didn't. They held the horses and they're now going to release it after the open, which means they can interact. And they've already said they're going to interact with their partner program, which is massive because it's been dead. It's a redundant program. It's useless. Being on a Gwent partner, apart from having a little badge and a fancy card back, at the moment is useless. And finally, they're going back into that and saying, hey, we're going to give our card reveals to our community. People are hyped for the game. There's a lot of new players into the game because of Steam. We're going to get our community growing again with our partner program. And that is absolute kudos to CDPR, community managers, Berza, Ryan Godric, whoever else is responsible for that. Absolute kudos to you guys because it's the right thing to do. And you're feeding into that community. Maybe there's a PTR. Who knows? I can say that because I know for a fact there isn't right now. And obviously, if there is PTR, great way to balance it. Use your partners to balance the game. Yeah, it's amazing so far. And now I quickly want to speak about the expansion. I'm trying to keep this video under 20 minutes because people will know who used to watch my videos. I can chat for anyone. But anyway, let's go back here. Okay, so the expansion. Why am I excited for the expansion? I'm excited mostly around this one keyword, guys. I'm not even kidding. Devotion. People watching this now might go, why on earth is Woody focused on one little keyword, devotion? Forget oak critters, forget like this set card. Devotion. Not so much just for this one set, but what it can bring in the future. Now, Gwent, and people can by all means hate on me in comments below for saying this. Gwent always suffers from a shallow meta. Not always, okay, but I'd say 9 seasons out of 10, Gwent suffers from a shallow meta. Meaning, you're playing probably 2, 3, maximum 4 decks at ladder, and that is it. Because that's all anyone's playing to grind out and get wins with, get their MMR with. And I think that honestly comes down to the fact that there are so many really strong neutrals in the game. Now, bringing out a keyword like Devotion that breaks up that meta, that says, well, you can have your strong neutral decks, but we're now going to make super strong faction-specific decks, like potentially super strong faction-specific decks, is massive, like huge. Obviously, Devotion isn't just tied to Scoia'tael, it can be on any card faction as well, and it's so good. Like, I mean, well, I say it could be tied to anything. At the moment, maybe it's only tied to Scoia'tael in this expansion. I don't know. I think that'd be a silly idea. But Devotion is a genuine game-changing mechanic. It's one, like I said, I've been playing Legends of Runeterra. One of the things, there's 2 things I love about Legends of Runeterra. One, there are no neutrals. Every card has synergy because every card is linked directly to a faction. I love that. Gwent's never going to go down that route. It doesn't need to go down that route. But by taking a big step towards that route, and a step in the right direction is massive, and I think it's going to be huge for splitting the meta. Having a lot more versatility on ladder by these faction-specific devotion, like decks that play off cards like Devotion, like turning this card here, meaning you can basically end up getting what 7 for 4 is huge, but it's not only 7-4. Spawning Site plays into a potential swarm synergy as well. Like there's a whole new route they can go down using a keyword like Devotion and making it so people run these decks that really play off faction synergy, and I think that is huge. And the other card I want to go, I know everyone's going to go like, Echo, speak about Echo because it's busted, it's broken. Yeah, maybe it's going to be busted, maybe it's going to be broken. I think we're still to see a lot of graveyard disruption stuff. I think that's how it gets balanced, to be honest. I think this would just be another scenario situation where Echo's super strong, but people are just running tech against it. I think that's just how it's going to go. That's my quick thoughts on that. And the other, I don't even think it's actually here. Sorry, my bad. The other one I wanted to speak about was evolving cards. They're not actually here because they haven't revealed any evolving cards. Now, evolving cards, effectively, again, I've been playing Legends of Runeterra. Champions in Legends of Runeterra are great. You put them on the board, you're trying to make them stick on the board, and you're trying to level them up because they come out super powerful. Normally, when they level up, those guys, they are beasts. Absolute beasts. Now, we don't know how evolving legendaries are going to work in Gwent, but the idea that you have these evolving art, and just to be honest, the art's going to be stunning. These evolving cards that build over time in the game is great. Like, I'm super excited to see how they plan out, and I think this is what I mean by vision. I feel like now the developers, and they said this in the stream, they spent a month, 1 month, guys, like 30 days deciding what art is going to go on what cards. That is massive. That means there was a lot of art, like concept art, that's just going to be cast aside. That's massive. And that shows that they are taking this like genuinely seriously now. And the vision is, do you know what? Let's make sure we get this right. It's been 6 months. Let's make sure we get this right. Yes, there'll be unbalanced cards on launch. There always is. Not just in Gwent, in any card game. If you only ever played Gwent, don't worry. It's not just Gwent that has unbalanced cards at launch. Any card game with an expansion has unbalanced cards. Yes, Gwent has more bugs. Let's hope that's not the case this time around. But honestly, this expansion, the keywords they got here, the vision that's now in the game on a monetization point of view, on the way they're playing into their partner program again, on what they're looking to build in with keywords, I can only be excited for the game. And I can only be excited for the game. That's why I'm going to be creating content again for Gwent. How much content? I can't promise. I can't sit here and say I'm going to do I used to do 2 to 3 videos a week. I probably can't do that. I've got a little son now that's like 3 weeks old. I can't do that many videos. My streams will be Gwent again because I'm genuinely like a kid at Christmas at the moment and excited to play the game. If you'd asked me before this reveal or even a week ago, if that would be the case, I'd have said no chance. Something's happened. They pulled our Gwent magic. They've pulled a CDPR magic. They've got me back in with, I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but I'm in. I'm excited, okay? And I'm super excited to check the game out, play the game more on stream, and make content for you guys. And I just wanted to share that because I've given Gwent a really hard time in the past, and I wanted to release a video that actually praises CDPR and praises the Gwent. Not that anyone cares about what he's got to say, but I like to balance things out and give credit, in my opinion, where credit's due, and credit is due completely now. I haven't got a bad thing to say about CDPR, apart from, as I mentioned, the day one of the Open. That's literally it. Like, other than that, I'm so blown away by the way they've approached and the way they've turned things around. With the release on Steam, I honestly think Gwent is a force to be reckoned with right now. I think Gwent is going to be pushing for the top 3 most played CCGs, top 4 most played CCGs of all time. Obviously, digital CCG. You're not going to beat Hearthstone. You're not going to beat Magic. And I think you're probably not going to beat Runeterra. Maybe beat Runeterra. Artifact, who knows? It depends how it releases. But you got to remember, Runeterra isn't on Steam. You got to remember that Artifact obviously is on Steam. Hearthstone isn't on Steam. But like, they're 2 huge games. Gwent being on Steam is a game changer. I've waffled on too long now, but honestly, I'm excited to be playing the game again. I'm excited to make content for the game again. What content I'm going to make this over this next month, leading up to the expansion, I don't know yet. I have no idea what content I'm going to be making, but I'm sure I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll just make some really memey, shitty decks that are trash and terrible, but we can just have fun with them. Maybe I'll just do that. But anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. I'm going to wrap it up now and there. It's just gone over 20 minutes. I wanted to keep it sub 20 minutes. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully you agree with what I say. I look forward to making content around Gwent again. I look forward to seeing your lovely faces again. And yeah, take it easy, guys. Take care. And I will chat to you soon, no doubt. Thank you very much and goodbye.